Okay, hello. Look where we are. We're in the woods, and look, I've got my hard hat on. Hopefully you can hear this okay. Right, so I'm decided to showcase one of my guitars that I would like to sell. I thought, I better get to it. I've been meaning to do it for a while. And I did a few videos down in my studio, but the thing looks like a tornado hit it no matter how much I clean it up. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll just head into the woods. Actually, I'm just behind the house. The house is just there, like, I don't know. I can see the roof from here. Anyway, but I was thinking of this spot. It's really beautiful. You can hear the bird sound. So it's not going to be a perfect audio recording, and I'm just recording off this tablet thing I have. So, but there's something about the spirit of it that I love, of course, because I love being in the woods. And anyway, so yes, I'm showcasing this Engelmann Spruce, Canadian Cypress / Alaskan Yellow Cedar back and sides, Blanca, flamenco Blanca. I'm gonna later this afternoon. I'm gonna do a proper video of showing the details, and but for now I just want to do a bit of playing, you know. And okay, the hard hat. Luthierie is very dangerous. Sometimes you might make something that's so great that you'll jump up and down and bang your head. It's very dangerous. Wow, that is possible, but that's not why I have the hard hat. It's a very windy day today, and lots of branches have been falling down. So I thought, I better wear the hard hat just in case. So far, none of the branches would be enough to kill me, I don't think. So that's good. But here, unless a whole tree were to come down, I think we're good. I don't think that'll happen. Anyway, so here I feel quite fine just taking the hard hat off. And, yes, so here we go. Let's get going. I've got my visit nut case here. I think I'll get myself comfy. Let's just tune her up a bit. This guitar has traditional friction pegs. They're working great. Like I haven't played this particular instrument in 2 weeks, and most of the tunings were still pretty much spot on, you know. Pretty much right on tune. Maybe a bit different now because the environment has changed. So at the moment, my studio's the temperature and humidity is quite stable. Just using the tuning here, so be quick about it. Now I love the friction pegs. I always have. When I was doing a lot of playing, I had a Alaskan that was with traditional classical type machines, and I had a beautiful Yeri Blanca that was with pegs. Now, I love them. I never have a problem with them, right? But I kind of love tweaking with things. Like, you just can't sort of just forget about them, right? You gotta, maybe every time I change my strings, I'll put a bit of peg goop on them. And, but some people don't want that, right? And for this instrument, I can put in geared pegs. There's two different kinds. One peg heads, and the other one's made by Whitner friction pegs. Either one I can do. I've used the Whitner ones before. They're excellent. They're 8-to-1 ratio. They work great. And as far as I know, the peg heads work great. They work a bit differently, but as far as I know, everyone has really liked them. So that I can put in. It'd be an extra charge, really, just for the pegs themselves. You know, no charge to install them or anything. So enough talking. I'll talk when I do my tour of the guitar. I'm just going to start playing. I did a little practicing on this instrument earlier, kind of fixed up my nails a bit. And I'm just going to start playing. It's not a concert, right? So just so you can get a sense of the sound of things. traditional Irish air. An raibh tú air an Carrick. Beautiful. Were you at Carrick? I can do a couple of pieces of my own. It's kind of like my party pieces that I always do when I show off my guitars. I do the same tunes partly because I love them, and partly because that way it's easy to reference different sounds and things playing the same thing, you know. Isn't it beautiful hearing the birds? This is a nice guitar. I love it. Yeah. See, I keep wanting to talk when I should talk later. But for me, I actually have 4 guitars for sale right now. You can see it on my website, and I'll link all that. This is, for me, this is the best finish. All the finishes are pretty good. I would say I'm pretty what's the word? Critical of my own work. Especially the finish. Finish is, it's a French polish. If you don't know, just look it up. It's a fairly delicate polish. Anyway, I'm quite pleased with this instrument. Just love it. Anyway, so for me, this is the best finish I've ever done, for what it's worth. I've got these Evo Gold frets, which are a little bit harder than the typical nickel silver you'd see on a classical, say. They're great. I mean, they'll last longer, actually, but there's no detriment. They're really lovely frets, and I love working with them, actually. Some people don't like a harder fret to work with, but for me, like, I've never worked with stainless steel. That's overkill for this kind of instrument, but I think that I love the Evo Gold working with them. Just something about it works, you know. Anyway, so I'll continue on with another piece, another one of my party pieces. Don't have any names for these. Every time I play, it's a little bit different. Oh, this is better. I love playing out here. Maybe that's why I don't do much concertizing anymore. Because I just, I could have an audience of maybe 4 here before they all start rolling down the hill, So what else should I do? I'll just do a few more things. Some of this I might. Those pieces I just played out. Okay, here we go. The tour of the guitar. Tour of the guitar. That's a maple binding and black, white, black purfling throughout. Bridge is, I think it's palmetto. Same with the head plate. But all this information you can read on my available webpage. Let's just take this tuner off. Yeah, beautiful wood, this palmetto. Makes a really nice bridge, I find, Of course, unbleached bone saddle and nut. This is Engelmann Spruce. Quite a nice wood. You can see the medullary rays on it. It's quite pretty, that's for sure. Right now I've got some La Bella, I think they're 820 flamenco strings on it. Yeah. Let's bring this up. Back soon. Again, maple, black, white, black purfling. The neck is Canadian cedar as well. And you can see the friction pegs. I mentioned that I quite like them a lot. I like them for my own guitars, but I can put in I can put in geared pegs as well. I don't really, I think technically it's possible I could install machines into this instrument, but I really would rather not, I'd rather not take that risk of digging in. But I can certainly make a new instrument with classical style machines. Yeah, beautiful. Super light, super fast. This head plate at the top design I do for all my guitars. It's one of my, I guess it's kind of a signature in a way, as well as the style of rosette, even though each rosette is quite different. Yeah. I've got the current action I have on the website as well. I can't recall what it is at the moment. I think it's at the nut. It's class, just very typical 52 mil of the nut. 60 mil. It's 60 mil with the saddle. Hang on a sec. Just let me mind what's standard. Oh yeah, string spacing 60 mil here. I have one that's with using my dang really beautiful local Thai hardwood. It's really a Negra instrument, and it's a wider spacing, 63. So it's 1 mil per string wider. So I like it, but it's quite wide. For some people that would be too wide. But this is a good size, I also have my very first instrument I'm selling quite cheap actually, and it has a narrower. Has a narrow string spacing at the saddle, like 57 or something. You can see we've got the 12-hole bridge happening here. So I really like that. Like them. You can still string traditionally if you want, but I like the 12-hole bridges. I sort of follow what other people say about 18-hole bridges on a flamenco bridge, and because the flamenco bridges are somewhat thinner. Anyway, some people recommend not doing it, so I don't bother. Here's the ever tricky joint with the neck and the body. Anyway, I guess that's about it. That's good. Get a good sense of it. I got photos on the site too. Okay. What else? Well, it's a flamenco. So I don't play much flamenco anymore. I never was a big flamenco player, but I use a lot of techniques. Like you'll hear me do like forget the name of that. It's where so these guitars have golpe plates, have plastic plates here, so you can tap. So I do a lot of I use a lot of Resquiado type movements, a lot of Polgar, like thumb on my own pieces and Resquiado. Okay, all the flamenco players, stop criticizing. I'm just showing you the sound, right? Anyway, get the idea. Yeah. Well, anyway, the details about the instrument are on the website, which I'll link. Anything special? Oh, the whole thing's special. I love the smell of this Canadian cedar. It has a really nice feel. I love the feel of it. It's pretty fast. I have another one that's all Canadian Cypress, the Canadian Cypress top. For some reason that one feels a little faster, but it's so subjective. But it's pretty similar actually in the tone and everything. Yeah, the fingerboard's ebony and Macassar ebony. I've got one. Oh, I should show you the. Anyway, so I can give you details here. You can see the rosette. I'm super happy. I mean, I'm super happy with this rosette. It's really beautiful to me, and it really gets across what I was trying to, trying to say, I guess you could say. So my guitar making is very traditional, right? I build in a really traditional Spanish style with a solera mold, and so I build it that way. But the rosettes are I think are unique. I think that for my guitars it's quite unique and special and beautiful. So for me, the rosette ends up being a little spot where I can have just whatever image comes to mind I use it. And so I would make the rosettes first, and then when I start building an instrument, I'll look at the rosettes, because I have about 8 or 10 even, usually at any time. So then I was making this instrument, I thought, boy, okay, looking at the different choices of woods and binding, maple binding, and a black and white purfling, and this is the rosette that came to me. And it's with these rosettes is where I can really express my feeling of wanting to connect with nature, which is kind of the main driving force of kind of everything I do, especially on an artistic level. So my instrument making, it's really traditional, right? My bracing's a little bit different than some and similar to others, but you know, it's that combination of really old tradition with a modern idea, which then gets represented by the rosette, I guess, Yeah. Anyway, enough of the details. I'll be back to that soon. So, thanks for having to listen. It's going to be a long video, but that's all I seem to do. So, I hope everyone's doing great. And hello and welcome to my little beautiful spot in the forest in northern Thailand, the Highland Forest in northern Thailand. If you want to buy a guitar, I recommend this one. But I have 3 others. So. Okay, thanks a lot, and catch you on the flip side. Ciao.